Race 2 is the William Hill Stayers Maiden over 2 miles 2 furlongs. Dawn Rising, David Hooley. Indian Brew, John Morgan. Rambling Star, Paul Parsons. Simonside, Alex Cherry. Titanfall, Nick Driver. White Oak, David Hooley. Adelina's Knights, David Robertson. Evasive Caller, Dan Hughes. And Historian Classical and Ingleby Intense for Graham Clutterbuck. 10 runners for this 2 miles 2 furlongs race. And away we go, and first to show is Ingleby Intense with Historian Classical as stablemate, 2 Graham Clutterbuck horses. And it is Historian Classical, the grey, who leads them out, but Simonside now for Alex Cherry coming up on the rail will take the lead from Historian Classical. Then comes another grey, Evasive Caller. Behind that is Ingleby Intense and Indian Brew. Then comes Titanfall, Adelina's Knight, Rambling Star, White Oak, and at the rear is Dawn Rising. But it's Simonside who has a couple of lengths advantage to the John Morgan Grey Indian Brew in second. Then comes Ingleby Intense over on the rails, in between those the Rambling Star and Evasive Caller. Back then to Dawn Rising, Historian Classical, who's dropped back a little bit from the start. Adelina's Knights, White Oak and Titanfall at the rear for Nick Driver. But it's Simonside who leads them out, has about a length and a half to Rambling Star. Then comes Indian Brew and Evasive Caller, the 2 greys on this near side. Ingleby Intense over on the rail for Graham Clutterbuck, and behind that is Dawn Rising. Adelina's Knights on the near side for David Robertson. Then comes White Oak, Historian Classical and still Titanfall at the rear of the field. But it's Simonside as they run slightly uphill, leading from Evasive Caller and Rambling Star now just nudging through on the inside. Evasive Caller now getting back into second with Ingleby Intense over on the rail. John Morgan's Indian Brew on this near side. Adelina's Knights for David Robertson closest to us. Trying to get in between those two is White Oak for David Hooley. But it's still Simonside who leads the way, has about 2 lengths to Dawn Rising now, who's gone up into second, Indian Brew third. Then comes Adelina's Knights, White Oak, Rambling Star, Evasive Caller, Ingleby Intense, Titanfall and Historian Classical now at the rear. But Simonside has got about 9 furlongs left to run. He's led for most of the way. Indian Brew in second, then comes Dawn Rising third, Adelina's Knights 4, Evasive Caller 5 and Rambling Star 6. Then comes Ingleby Intense starting to move up on the rail. White Oak, Titanfall and Historian Classical still at the rear. As they race downhill now, and it's Simonside about a length to the good now from Evasive Caller. Ingleby Intense just getting up on the rail. Dawn Rising and Historian Classical also now starting to come back onto terms, but it's Simonside still with about a neck advantage from Evasive Caller. Adelina's Knights on this near side for David Robertson running well, as we've got 6 furlongs now left to run, and it's Ingleby Intense over on the far side. Adelina's Knights on the near side, the grey of Evasive Caller in between horses. Rambling Star trying to get on terms as well, but it's Ingleby Intense who has the lead from Adelina's Knights. Evasive Caller and Rambling Star are still there in between horses. Nick Driver's Titanfall trying to make a move now on this near side. John Morgan's Indian Brew on the far wide outside, having a lot further to run, but they've got half a mile still to go. It's Ingleby Intense on the rail. Adelina's Knights on this near side. Rambling Star beginning to get up now, just leading by a nostril, but Adelina's Knights battles back. There's 3 furlongs to go, and 3 in it at the moment. Ingleby Intense on the far side kicks on. Rambling Star in the middle. Adelina's Knights on this near side. They have a lead to the grey of Historian Classical and Indian Brew, but as they reach the 2 furlong pole, it's Ingleby Intense for Graham Clutterbuck on the far side. Rambling Star on this near side. Ingleby Intense. Rambling Star now beginning to hit form and hit the lead. Rambling Star inside the final furlong. Rambling Star now running on from the 2 Graham Clutterbuck horses. Rambling Star it is. Rambling Star running away with this one now. Rambling Star, the jockey has a look around. He has another look around. Rambling Star's going to win this one easily for Ingleby Intense. White Oak finishing fast. Dawn Rising. And the last of the lot to come home there was the early leader, Simonside. I tried not to get too excited there, but that's a nice win for me. Rambling Star, suited to the longer races, ran him over 2 miles last week, but gets up here 4 3/4 lengths From Ingleby Intense in second and Historian Classical in third for Graham Clutterbuck. White Oak for David Hooley in fourth, beating home his other horse Dawn Rising in fifth.